So it's not really fair to judge them publicly like this. And that's why Dave Chappelle said he was waiting for Don to mention his name, because if Don would have mentioned his name clearly, it would have meant he has never watched any of Chappelle's special. Chappelle has been speaking about police brutality since you can watch all his special. He speaks about it. So it shouldn't take for an incident like George Floyd for him to come out and speak. You get what I mean? So that's what I'd say to that effect.
But you did not answer who needs to be the Kenyan Don Lemon.
Who needs to be a Kenyan Don Lemon? I feel like
even though everybody has their moral code, moral ethics,
I feel
somebody
like
needs that push,
I feel like someone like Larry Madowo. Larry Madowo is a prolific journalist. Right now he's not actively on the screen, but he has a very big social media following, and he tries. I see him speaking to effect to these issues that are happening in our country. So someone like Larry Madowo is doing a very good job. He's trying. But someone else I'd love to see him speak more is someone called Jeff Koinange. But I just feel that times, hataki kuharibu business partners. So I don't know the guy personally, but for someone like him, apparently he's the cousin to Uhuru Kenyatta, our president. So there are people who, if they speak, their voice would matter. And I feel like someone like Jeff Koinange, if he spoke, his voice would really mean something. He's friends with all these politicians. He knows some powerful people. So I feel like, so for me, Larry and Jeff Koinange will do it for me.
Okay. Boy.
I feel like us putting it in a box and saying Larry should do it, Jeff should do it. It's not wrong, but I feel like the Kenyan audience is just different. Personally, I don't follow either of the above because I probably don't think anything they like. Okay, not to be arrogant or ignorant, but I don't feel like I follow them to. I don't feel like they offer me something that I would follow. You get what I mean? And most people, most definitely do, follow a lot of people. Us putting it in a box and saying, you are a journalist, you do this. You are this and this, you do this. Or probably a lot of big people, they can do this. They're probably doing it because it benefits them. I feel like you saying Jeff Koinange should talk to Mr. President so that Mr. President can fix it, and probably the police are doing this because it's bringing him something, personally, I don't feel like that is something that they need to do. I feel like Kenyans have a voice themselves. Kenyans have a voice. And this democracy thing is the only way we can get what we need.
Okay.
The people who follow makeup artists, the people who follow journalists, as Carissa said, the people who follow
public
influencers, YouTubers, like this couple goals shit that people follow. I feel like everybody just follows their own thing. Everybody should take this responsibility. You makeup artists, you influencers, you what do they call this people? Everybody likes something.
YouTubers.
Yeah, there's something for everybody. So as Carissa said, ukiona chako cha mwenzao chanyolewa, tia chako maji. Do the same thing. Like, it's going to one way or the other. So the earlier you start accepting it and the earlier you start changing this narrative, the better for everyone, for us. So I think I'll still stick to what I said. Let everybody take this as their own responsibility so that they can reach as many people as possible, the different audiences that we have.
Yeah.
That's all.
As we move from police brutality into this current pandemic, is it still being something that people are very scared of? Are they paying attention, or has it died? The movement to the thing.
Nah.
I think that extra 30 days really helped you guys because Okay, I'm listening.
As in, I feel like in Kenya, Corona is just in the news. Kwa ground tofauti.
That's so accurate.
Like,
that's so accurate, Karis. I don't even care anymore.
Yeah, when you watch the news, I'm telling you, you have to be terrified for your life. But once you switch off that TV and walk out your neighborhood, man, nobody cares. Everybody's just moving about their business. Everybody's trying to make a living. So, hey, as in, I feel like it has been with us for so long. Hadi tumezoea. It's normal. It's normal for us. Like, you remember how, I don't know whether you remember really, but how HIV and AIDS came about? When it started off, it was this big scary thing. But now, even mtu na ukedi hata huwezi jua anakaaje. Someone with HIV wouldn't know how they look like. The people who live with it, the celebrities who have HIV AIDS, and it's normal. And that they still get married, they still have sex, they still get babies. Hey, so
life moves on.
Life moves on, and I think that's what COVID-19 is for us. It's probably gonna be here for another 10 years, and we won't care about it anymore. If you catch it, you catch it. If you die, you die. What else can we do, really?
Survival of the fittest.
Yeah. Wow. If COVID-19 won't take you out, an accident will. Either way, you go.
Karis.
Yes,
you left me behind when you said ukedi.
I know.
I was just like, this idiot. Did he just say ukedi?
And that's why I had to say it in English for us.
And Shiro's floating. So Shiro, I feel like we're taking over this podcast of yours. What ukedi means ukimwi. Ukimwi is HIV and AIDS. So ukedi is like the Sheng word for ukimwi. This idiot has come on your podcast with diaspora listeners and he's just said ukedi. I was just stuck there. He left me behind.
But he translated for us, so we
yeah. Hey, ni kazi. Unafaa weke subtitles, Shiro. Mimi ni kazi.
You're doing us a service, actually.
Yeah. Wamba, you are yet to comment
on the coronavirus.
Yeah.
Bro, let me just tell you, I was out like an hour ago. I was walking outside with no mask, so I took a corner outside, and some random dude just told me, "Hey, watu wanashikwa hapo nje kama una mask." So I came back home, picked my mask. That shows you how, like, I'm just like, okay, guys, I don't understand why we're staying in the house. Like, I don't understand why I need to be with a mask alone. I feel like, okay, fine. I'm gonna contract it, fine. Probably I have it and I might give it out to somebody. But I don't feel like we're treating it so, like, delicately as probably we should. Because I don't feel like we're getting affected. And the only effect we're getting is negative because guys need to go back to work, guys need to go back to school, and in times like this, it's when probably whoever is concerned should be looking for creative ways in which guys need to be continuing with the day-to-day. So I feel like it's been there for a while, and watu washasahau. Mi hata nilikuwa nishatoka bila mask, nikafika hapo ndio nikakumbusha, so I had to come back home and pick my mask so that I can go about my business. I mean, I feel like it's just in the news. By the way, in the news they're really exaggerating this thing. It's really being exaggerated. But ukipanda tu hivi mat, you're just like, where is this corona? Bruh, where
you be strong?
So yeah, so what was it?
Yeah, corona, especially I like that. The reason why I say wow is actually because I think the confidence of you guys beating it, or if you contract it, you move on. Like, that confidence is something that we are lacking over here. I don't know about the rest of the, like, maybe France, the other people that are heavy on listenership, but like America, I don't think, I think people's biggest fear is catching it. So I think once that fear is removed, it really is what it is. But they're saying America is ignoring it more than ever.
I feel like, you see, and this might be a very ignorant comment by the PSA. It might be a very ignorant comment, but who cares? I feel like, you see, for you guys over there, you have too many white people. And they see white people, hata malaria inawashtuanga. When they come to Africa, they have to get this 1,000 vaccine. Or vaccine for flu, vaccine for malaria, vaccine for poverty. So I understand.
Wow.
So I understand. All I'll say is that those are first class world problems, white people problems.
Yep, first world problems. That's
Yeah.
bullshit. The black people, oh my god, I don't even want to. That Dave Chappelle, I'm glad I did not watch it, because this whole episode would have been
About it.
It would have been, yeah. So I'm happy that we didn't go there. Yeah, I'm just interested. That's very interesting to hear. I think you guys are on the right path. I think we are the people that had a 30-day. But let's touch on what my boy said, which is that creatives need to find their lane. I think there's talks about a lot of robots, artificial intelligence, and so right now it's really, if you're not creative, you lose. Like for the next decade, you're about to lose. So get into your creative bag quickly.
You better, man. That's where we are going, and that's why it takes for such pandemics for us to realize I can do a podcast with you when you're there. Like, we don't have to meet physically. Like, it's unfortunate too for pandemic, but you realize it has forced us to think. There's so many things now. You realize now you can connect to anyone in the world, anywhere. Before, you have you have to wait for a celebrity to board a plane to come to Kenya if it's Beyonce. But now if you have a contact through Beyonce, you just put her on Zoom or whatever live feed you have, and you can have her on your show or whatever. So yeah, I think it's high time we become smarter and clever, because right now it's not about where we're going. It's not going to be about the most hardworking people. It's going to be about smartest people are going to win. Hardworking people will lose. Smart people.
Hardworking people will win.
Lose. No.
Creative people will also win.
No.
Yeah, you cannot be hardworking in one.
No, see, that's what I'm saying. Hardworking people will lose. Smart people will win, because okay.
I like hapo kwa fornicate.
I don't. What is fornication? What is that? What are those?
What are those?
Lies. I thought this was Truth Cafe, and I'm hearing lies. But
it is my truth,
That is so accurate.
It is my truth, Shiro.
That is so accurate.
Na ukweli yangu.
Okay. We have spiders, we have lies. This podcast is taking a time.
Spiders and lies.
Okay. Me, I don't think. I'm going to keep that on the show too, because I want to keep that there's people out here that think that the weed is going to put you on the fast track to hell.
Yeah, it's bad. I was taught in Sunday.
Weed is not bad.
I was taught in Sunday school it is bad.
And also, you were taught to trust the white man too.
You don't. All right. So let me take this chance to just say like 1 or 2, 3 things that I've learned, during this pandemic season.
Kwani ni kanisa, boy. I want to take this time to thank you all for coming.
No thanks. No. See, vote of thanks, my brother. I can't even see you, Ko.
Just talk. Oh. My voice is what matters.
And you're so dark, bro.
My heart. I'm light at heart. I'm light at heart.
Dead.
Okay. So there's a post I've just seen on the Shade Room about some chick who's the writer of This Is Us. She committed suicide during this pandemic. She just committed suicide. And before she did, she went on Twitter like a week ago and just spoke about people who are going through anxiety and people who are not stable, and she was telling them that she's with them. So this is somebody who went out on social media. People didn't share that, people didn't retweet that, people didn't do anything. But afterwards, after she's committed suicide, that's when people like took caution and people took notice of what she was saying. I really want to appeal to people, especially these creatives, my friends. Reach out to your creative friends. We are not okay. Carissa, are you okay?
No, I'm not.
No, we're not. Actually, we're not okay. We're struggling to do this and this. We're struggling on how to make this thing grow. We're struggling to get some of these celebs to do interviews with us. Like, we're really struggling. And for us, we might probably just be saying it outwardly, but there are guys who are not